Hello, and a very warm welcome to episode 3 of the Practical English podcast. I'm Annie.
And I'm Sam. It's great to be back with you all.
It is! In our last episodes, we talked about building confidence and the simple keys to better communication. We've had such lovely feedback, so thank you for that.
Yeah, it's been awesome hearing from you. If you haven't already, please do take a moment to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes.
Today, we're taking that theme of confidence into a situation we all often find ourselves in: shopping. Specifically, how to feel more comfortable and confident when you're shopping in an English-speaking environment.
Right, this is such a practical everyday thing, but it can be surprisingly stressful when you're worried about using the right words.
Exactly. And we want to help you feel prepared, not stressed. So that's our goal for today, to give you some simple, effective phrases and the confidence to use them.
Let's talk about why this can be so nerve-wracking. For a lot of learners, it's the fear of being misunderstood or not understanding the person helping you.
That's a big one. You worry about accents or that someone will speak too quickly. Or perhaps you feel a bit shy about interrupting a shop assistant to ask for help.
Totally. And then there's the pressure of the queue, the line of people behind you at the checkout. You feel like you have to be fast and perfect.
Oh, absolutely. It's that feeling of everyone watching. First, we want to say that this feeling is completely normal. Every single person learning a new language has felt this way.
100%. The good news is that most interactions in shops are very predictable. They follow a simple pattern, and the vocabulary is pretty small.
That's the key. You don't need to have a long, complex conversation. You just need a few simple phrases. And remember, people who work in shops are usually very happy to help. It's their job. So let's break it down into a few common scenarios. Where should we start, Sam?
Let's start with the big one, the supermarket. It's large, it can be confusing, and sometimes you just can't find what you're looking for.
A perfect example. So you're looking for, say, baking powder. You've walked up and down the aisles and you can't see it. What's the easiest way to ask?
The magic phrase starts with, "Excuse me." It's the perfect polite way to get someone's attention. You find a staff member and just say, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the baking powder is?"
Right. Or even simpler, excuse me, where can I find baking powder? Both are perfect. The person will usually point or say something like, "It's in aisle 4 with the flour and sugar."
Exactly. And if you don't understand aisle 4, it's okay to just look where they're pointing and smile and say, "Thank you." You don't have to understand every single word.
That's such a good point. Body language helps so much. Okay, another supermarket situation. You want a specific brand of something, maybe a type of tea, but you can't see it on the shelf.
You can ask, "Excuse me, do you have any Earl Grey tea?" The word any is really useful here. Do you have any fresh basil? Do you have any gluten-free bread?
That's a great structure. Do you have any? So you've got your items, you go to the checkout. What happens next?
The cashier will usually greet you with a hello or a hi, how are you? A simple hello or I'm good, thanks is a perfect reply. You don't need more.
They might ask, do you need a bag? In the UK, we often have to pay for them. You can just say, yes please, or no thank you.
Same in many parts of the US now. Then they'll tell you the total price. They'll say something like, "That'll be $10.50 please." You pay with your card or cash, and then what, Annie?
Okay, let's move to a place that can feel a bit more intimidating. A special shop, like a cheese shop or a deli counter. Here, you have to speak to someone directly to get what you want.
Right, you can't just pick it off a shelf. I actually had an awkward moment with this once. I was in a fancy cheese shop and I felt too embarrassed to ask for a recommendation. I just pointed at something and it turned out to be this super strong, stinky cheese that I really didn't like.
Oh no, that's a classic example of where a simple question could have helped. So, what could you have said?
Well, I learned my lesson. Now I'd say something like, "Could you recommend the mild cheddar?" Or, "I'm looking for a cheese that's good for melting." Using recommend is great because it invites them to help you.
That's brilliant. Could you recommend works for so many things. Another incredibly useful phrase here is asking for a sample. Is it okay to do that?
Absolutely. In most delis or cheese shops, it's very normal. You can just point and ask, could I try a little piece of that one? They want you to be happy with your purchase.
Okay, so you've chosen your cheese. Now you need to say how much you want. This can be tricky.
Yeah, you can use grams or pounds, but an easy way is just to show with your hands. You can say, could I have a piece about this big, please? And show the size with your fingers.
That is such a practical tip. Or you could say, just a small piece, please, or 200 grams, please. When they cut it, they might hold it up and ask, is this amount okay? You can say, yes, that's perfect, or a little less, please.
Right, it's an interaction, a little back and forth. The key is just being polite. Using please and thank you goes a very long way.
Okay, so our final scenario. Let's go to a local farmer's market. It's more informal and it's a lovely way to practice small talk.
I love farmers markets. The first thing is to greet the vendor. A friendly good morning or hello with a smile is a great start.
It really is. You see some beautiful strawberries, you might want to ask the price. How would you do that, Sam?
You can point and ask, how much are these strawberries? Or how much is this if it's a single item?
Perfect. You could also ask, where are these from? People at markets are often proud of their local produce. It can start a nice, simple conversation. They might say they're from a farm just down the road.
Yeah, and a simple reply like, oh, lovely, or they look delicious, is all you need. Then you can say what you want. I'll have one box, please.
I had a funny experience at a market once. I asked for 1 kilo of potatoes, but my accent must have sounded strange because the man gave me a very, very big bag. I think he thought I said 10. I was too shy to say anything, so I just paid and spent the next 2 weeks eating potatoes for every meal.
Oh no, 10 kilos. That's a lot of potatoes. It's a great reminder that it's okay to correct the misunderstanding. You could have said, oh, sorry, I only meant 1 kilo. It's not rude.
I know that now, but at the time I just panicked. It's all part of the learning process, isn't it? Having those awkward moments.
It is, and it makes for a good story later. So when you're done at the market, you can say, that's everything for me. Thank you.
That's a lovely, natural phrase. That's all, thanks, works too. It signals that you're finished and ready to pay.
Let's move on to another common scenario that can be a bit tricky, clothes shopping. That brings a whole new set of questions, doesn't it, Annie? Especially with sizes and fitting rooms.
It certainly does. You found a shirt you love, but you can't see your size on the rack. This is a very common situation. It can feel awkward to interrupt a busy shop assistant.
Absolutely. But again, a simple, polite question is all you need. You can approach them and say, excuse me, I'm looking for this in a size medium. Or, do you have this in a size 12? It's direct and clear. So, across all these scenarios, supermarket, deli, market, the language is actually very similar. It's based on being polite and asking simple, direct questions.
It really is. And that brings us to the main takeaway from today's episode. The most important thing is that simple, polite English is always effective. You do not need complicated sentences.
Excuse me, please, thank you, and how much is this will get you through almost any shopping trip.
And remember, it's okay if you don't understand everything. It's okay to have awkward moments. We all do, even in our native language. The key is to practice. The more you do it, the less scary it becomes.
That's the big secret. Confidence comes from practice. So we encourage you to try it. Next time you're in a shop, just try asking one simple question. Ask where the milk is, even if you already know, just to practice the interaction.
That's a wonderful idea, a small, low-pressure task. We hope these tips and phrases have been helpful for you.
We'd love to hear from you. Are there other situations that make you nervous? Let us know in the comments section below. Your ideas might become a future episode.
Thank you so much for listening to the Practical English podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and perhaps leave a review. It helps other learners find us.
Until next time, take care and happy shopping.